What's up, everybody? It's round 2 on a Tuesday MEGARANT style. Right here at SLAMMIVERSARY, looking back at SLAMMIVERSARY from Saturday night. Lots of fallout. MEGARANT style, we're going to deep dive into everything that happened at the pay-per-view and everything that also happened after the pay-per-view, as we're going to talk about the results of the Impact spoilers the night after SLAMMIVERSARY as well, after talking about the pay-per-view itself. So let's get into it with no hesitation, because we have a lot of ground to cover with this MEGARANT SLAMMIVERSARY 2024 from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, from the St. Clair College. Impact has been here a lot recently, and I think it's really paying off for them. They're getting a pretty solid foundation of fans at this show, at this venue, that are really rabid for Impact Wrestling, and it showed with this pay-per-view, no question about it. Looked like a jam-packed crowd to me. I didn't see really, I just could have very well been a sold-out show, no question about it. Big takes from SLAMMIVERSARY this time around. 5 of 6 Impact Championships changed hands. In fact, the theme of the show, as the pay-per-view went on, was each title changed hands in every title match leading up to the main event, which made a person think, well, maybe going by that maybe Nick Aldis would become the new Impact World Champion. It was not to be, though, as Alex Shelley did retain in that one. And as the days have progressed from this pay-per-view, we now understand perhaps why Nick Aldis did not get that World Championship win, because he has already left Impact Wrestling. He had a really short run here, very short-term contract, and he is already out of here. And that's it. Apparently, rumors are that maybe WWE may be interested in his services, so we'll see what happens there. But he is gone out of Impact Wrestling already, and he probably, as of Thursday, there's a match that they taped on Sunday night that effectively would be his last Impact match against Eric Young, and we'll see, but I'm pretty sure that that is probably going to air on Thursday as the main event for Impact Wrestling. So we talked about all the titles changing hands. That included Trinity getting that Knockouts Championship in the semi-main event. This was originally announced to be the main event, and my guess is they changed it when they came up with this booking where all the titles changed hands except the world title. Well, because of that flow, or that streak, so to speak, on the pay-per-view, I can see why they did not put Trinity and Deonna Purrazzo as the last match. And in fact, I mean, it worked fine. I thought it still felt like a pretty big match, and it was just, I mean, it was the semi-main. It was just right there at the top anyway. Eric Young, as rumored, did return to Impact on this pay-per-view as the partner of Scott D'Amore. They took on Bully Ray and Diener in a pretty fun tag match that I thought overachieved for sure. So that's about it from the main takes from the show. We'll talk about the title changes more in depth here in a moment. But let's talk about some stuff that happened before the pay-per-view, including basically a free countdown match that was supposed to be dropped in as a digital media match, probably going to hit the Impact YouTube or something like that later this week. And that was a team of Pinder, Gajar, and Heath over the Good Hands in 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Also, then we moved on to the Countdown show, which had 2 matches. First one, 5 minutes and 30 seconds of a 2.5-star match. The unfortunately average match. Nothing to really say from this one. 6-person women's tag. Death Dolls, Jody Threat over Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, Jay Bedell. Finish was Courtney got a spear to Jay Bedell for the win. Just really nothing much here to say. It was a fine match. It was just average. Never really kicked off into anything much at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Also, match 2 was for the Digital Media Championship. Kenny King over Joe Henry. And I did not expect a title change here, but it was a foot on the ropes that Sheldon Jean held for Kenny King to get the win over Joe Henry. 6 minutes, 9 seconds. I went 3 stars. These were both perfectly serviceable countdown matches. nothing really stood out on the Countdown show in terms of the in-ring here. Then we kick off the actual pay-per-view with Ultimate X, 11 minutes, 11 seconds. I went 4 stars. This was great. I think this probably was the best show, or the best match of the show. Kushida went over Alan Angels, Jonathan Gresham, Kevin Knight, T-Ball Mike Bailey, and surprise, Jinx Something returned to Impact in this match as a surprise entrant as well. Everybody really looked good here. The one spot that, of course, was probably the highlight of the match was the moonsault from almost the top of the scaffolding ring of the Ultimate X by Mike Bailey to everybody on the floor. That was fantastic. Kushida wins it, meaning he has got a future shot at either the X Division champion, or if he gets the X Division championship, then he could cash that in as the storyline goes for the World Championship. Match number 2 is for the Knockouts Tag Championships. 9 minutes, 4 seconds, 3 stars. Killer Kelly, Masha Slamovich over the Coven. Pretty much, I mean, it was a back and forth match, but I kind of thought that the time was right for a title change here. Killer Kelly and Masha are kind of, I feel like there's some good chemistry going on there, and I think it's going to work. And Coven had the championship since February, so they had a nice little run with it. And there was our second title change of the night so far. Then we had a match that I kind of thought was going to go later, and this was the match with Bully Ray and Diener against Scott D'Amore, and coming in, former Team Canada member, now babyface once again, or now at least, Eric Young, who got a big pop from the crowd. Darren McCarty, that hockey legend, was the outside enforcer. The ref took a bump in the match. He became the special ref, and at that point, Diener was pretty much getting dominated by Eric Young. Scott D'Amore got a Canadian Destroyer on Diener. Bully Ray finally got his here with a double choke slam through the table. Eric Young also got a big-time elbow drop from the top rope onto Diener for the finish. And just a fun match all around. A1, does anybody fucking remember this guy? Alistair something. Anyway, he's a former member of Team Canada. He was involved in this match as well. Real flash of the pan back in the days of TNA with Team Canada. And A1 making a surprise appearance here besides the return of Eric Young. Then, I don't know, 11 minutes, 49 seconds. I went 3 1/4 stars on that one. This was a really disappointing part of the pay-per-view, I have to say. X Division title. Leo Rush did get the X Division title over Chris Sabin, but there really was no match. The match itself only went 1 minute and 20 seconds. I could only give this a star and 3/4 because of the booking. And I don't know what's up, but I'm guessing Chris Sabin must be legitimately injured on some level. He did not wrestle at the Impact taping the next night in Windsor either. So something must be up here with Sabin. Leo Rush attacked him before the bell, got 2 frog splashes on Sabin, and that was it. So new X Division champion is Leo Rush. Then we get into the tag titles, which had a surprise title change in this one. I did not expect this, but the team of Subculture defeated ABC, Moose and Myers, and Sammy Callahan and Rich Swann. 10 minutes, 36 seconds, 3.5 stars. All action in this match. Everybody was working really hard in this. Rascals did get involved, tried to pull some shenanigans here as well, and that led to somewhat of the finish. I didn't expect Subculture to win, Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews, but I like it. I think this could go somewhere for the tag titles. Maybe some defenses in the UK, for example. Match number 6, Eddie Edwards over Kazarian. Boy, this match went long. Almost 18 minutes. I went 3 1/4 stars. The work was okay. Tracy Brooks got into it as well with Alicia Edwards plenty. I don't know. This felt like this should have been something bigger than it ended up being. I don't know. a little bit underwhelming. The match went a little bit long for my taste, but the action was solid. They were trying to pay respects to Killer Kowalski, who they train with in that area, I guess was the word, or that's where Kowalski's from, I guess, or something. So they're trying to honor him in this match. But I'm kind of over this feud. I kind of wonder if maybe they got one more match in them still. Knockouts Championship is next. Trinity over Deonna Purrazzo. 3.5 stars of a 14-minute, 25-second match. Just a solid match. Trinity got that submission on Purrazzo. No Mercedes Moné, who actually was in the back with Tamina Snuka as well, who came to support Trinity. Saw a picture of them on social media after the fact, so they were there, but nobody appeared on camera, obviously, to help celebrate with Trinity. Getting the Knockouts Championship, this would then be 5th title change on this pay-per-view. Then we got to the world title. We talked about it with Nick Aldis. He's on his way out of the company. Alex Shelley goes over all this. 3 3/4 stars in 16 minutes and 35 seconds. And then after the match, after that shell shock that was finished, afterwards, as Shelley is celebrating, out comes the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, who didn't make his return to close out the show. The pay-per-view actually ended with Alexander not saying anything much other than he's back. Then if you check out the post-show on YouTube, on Impact's YouTube, Alexander actually cut a promo in the ring a little bit, talking about coming back and having respect for Shelley and wanting to face him down the road. So we'll see if this is maybe going to go all the way to Bound for Glory. Can somebody else defeat Shelley before that? Into a bigger match at Bound for Glory against Josh Alexander. Who knows? Could Alexander defeat Shelley before this? Perhaps maybe as soon as Emergence next month for Impact? Hard to say. I don't know. Time will tell. But the walking weapon is back, folks. Okay, so that's the pay-per-view. I think it was a pretty solid show. I thought this was one of the better Slammiversaries they've done. Everything was very enjoyable to watch. I would give them a B+ for this one, for sure. Okay, let's get into the spoilers from the next night at Windsor, Ontario. The same location as Slammiversary. They take 2 weeks of Impact Wrestling on AXS TV. So if you don't want to hear any of these spoilers, stop now or forever hold your peace. All right, BTI matches. Angels over Crazy Steve, Joe Henry, and Yuya Yamura over Kenny King and Shelton Jean. And then to kick off the AXS tapings, which I would guess this is generally going to go in order for the next 2 weeks. Scott D'Amore cuts a promo in the ring, talking that he's back as president of Impact. The Good Hands get out there, get into D'Amore a little bit, who books Rich Swann and Sami Callihan in a match with the Good Hands, which Callihan and Swann go over on. Also, Courtney Rush went over Savannah Evans. Afterwards, Giselle and company attack Rush. That brings out Jody Threat, who makes the save for Courtney Rush. Dirty Dangle went over Santino. Now, was this match supposed to happen on Slammiversary? Or did I just completely forget about that? I didn't review that match. Whatever the case, Dirty Dangle Santino happened at the tapings here, and the return of Johnny Bravo, who helped Dirty Dangle beat Santino in this one. Subculture retained the knockout or the tag titles, over ABC when the Rascals interfered. So Subculture continues on. Rascals, ABC probably will face each other to determine who will be the next #1 contender. Josh Alexander cut a promo, just more of the same from the pay-per-view, talking about he's back. He called out Alex Shelley. Shelley and him get into it a little bit. Neil Rush comes out, wants to cash in his X Division Championship against Shelley for the world title. Kushida then comes out, gets in with it. Leo Rush says he wants an X Division Championship match with Leo Rush because of winning Ultimate X. Then all of a sudden, Bully Ray, Moose, and Brian Myers come out, and I guess melee ensues. The heels beat down the baby faces here. Obviously, they're setting up probably like a 6-person or maybe even an 8-man tag, maybe in Chicago at the tapings that I'm at. We will see where they go with it. Jake Something over Kevin Knight is next on the spoilers. And then we got Subculture's manager, Danny Luna, teaming with Trinity against the Coven. And afterwards, Trinity and Luna won. And afterwards, Deanna Praza came out and announced that she has a rematch scheduled with Trinity at Emergence in August. Losers leaves Impact. Johnny Swinger went over Zicky Dice. So now Zicky Dice is out of the company as well as Nick Aldis. They both, I guess, turned in their notice or something after the show. And as the storyline went, it kind of fit into this anyway. Swinger got his first win over Zicky Dice. How about that? Giselle Shaw over Masha Slamovich. The Time Splitters teamed up as Shelly and Kushida as they went over Moose and Myers. Another brawl ensued after this match involving Josh Alexander, Neil Rush, Holy Ray, and everybody in this match. So, like I said, probably going to get either a 6-person or an 8-man at the Chicago tapings. Also, Zachary Wentz went over Speedball Mike Bailey in a match I'm looking forward to seeing. And to almost close off the show, Eric Young went over Nick Aldis. So that's it for Nick Aldis and Impact, folks. Afterwards, Wiener and a Big Con attacked Eric Young. So we're going to see probably Wiener and Eric Young at Emergence. And then in the final match of the tapings, Tommy Dreamer returned to the ring. He's been out for a while after his mother's death. Teaming with that hockey guy, Darren McCarty, against Champagne Singh and Mahabali Shera. The baby faces won. And that might be one of those main event Monday matches on Impact's YouTube or their premium service, the Impact Plus. I guess we'll see. We'll see what they show the next few weeks for Impact on AXS coming up on Thursday. Woo! And that's the second Megarant of the day. I am going to sleep. So we will see you all tomorrow, where we got a special top 10 takes. I'm going to try to watch some more G1 Climax Night 3 and Night 4. And once I get done with those two, we're going to be doing a top 10 takes of the top 10 matches to check out so far in the New Japan G1 Climax 33 round robin month-long tournament. And of course, we got midweek must-see matches coming up just around the corner here as we move into Wednesday. Okay, see you back here for some more Wrestling Rants! Coming up, we're going to take a big look at G1 Climax, so stay tuned. Right here at Wrestling